Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere and today I have my first Irish guest in my crib. I'm highly honored to have Elaine here. Joining me today on this video to talk about her experiences on her last trip to Nigeria, or her first ever trip to, was that your first trip to Africa?
No, second trip. Second trip. So yeah, I'll tell you more about that.
You seem like a traveler though.
Yeah.
So you're going to be telling me about that trip and what exactly took you to Nigeria. Let's start from there.
Great. So I was in the kitchen and work. I work in Temple Street Children's Hospital, and I was in the kitchen and work, and I heard Oni speak about this trip to Nigeria. I think she just said Africa in general, and I was like, I have to come.
That's my sister-in-law.
Yeah, her sister-in-law. I was like, I have to come. She just said that there's a group of doctors going to Nigeria, and I had been to Africa, or South Africa, in 2015, and I just loved the people, loved the culture, and always really wanted to go back to any country in Africa to do some sort of volunteer work.
Okay.
So Oni was like, a group of us are going to Nigeria, and I was like, I'm there.
I can imagine myself talking one day. And
so I don't have any hesitation about going anywhere in the world. I have travelled a lot. I'm a bit fearless. I did go to South Africa by myself, backpacking. Went in Southeast Asia.
How many years ago was that?
That was 2015. Oh. So I've just been looking for a really good excuse to go back to Africa. Really, I love it. So she was like, okay, I'll ask Dr. Ike and we'll see if it's possible for a social worker to go on the trip. So he said yes, and that was the start of it. And I remember at the end of the first week in Nigeria, or when we finished our time in Nigeria, Oni was like, I cannot believe you actually came. Like, I thought you would have pulled out. So yeah, that's how I ended up.
And how many of you Irish?
So I think there was about 14 of us, a mixture of Irish and English and Northern Irish. Group of doctors and nurses and myself went over to do some medical training for a week. We were over for about 10 days in Nigeria. So that's how I ended up going to the lovely country.
Really? What was it like when you arrived? Tell me, when you arrived at the airport.
Got to the airport after a really long trip. I was really sick on the plane over. Really.
Was it just the length of travel?
I think I had dodgy chicken on the second flight, and we went to Nigeria like through Ethiopia.
Okay,
so it was like
Ethiopian Airlines.
Yeah, and we stopped in Barcelona, so it was like a 26-hour flight or something crazy like that. So I was really sick on the plane and got to the airport in Nigeria, and it was just the heat, like, whoa! And
same way I felt the cold when I came out.
Yeah. Oh! I know, I was saying I lived in Australia, but there's different sort of humid, sticky heat in Nigeria.
That you feel from the airport.
Yeah, and I think the thing that confronted me the most was like just people everywhere and really hot, and there was a lot of mayhem because lots of boxes came off our flight and every box was getting searched, and we obviously brought loads of boxes of medical equipment for the hospital, and all of those got checked, and we weren't expecting that.
So like one after another?
Yeah, we didn't get out. We were definitely in the airport for about an hour or two, and the boxes were kept. So it was just like a really busy time when all the boxes were getting checked. I remember just sitting down and just like people watching.
Am I actually here?
Everybody. Yeah, and just like I was watching the energy of everybody. So everyone was real like fiery, which I love. Really fiery. Lots of people coming up and introducing themselves.
I've seen you as well.
Yeah, like obviously like I stood out. Like I couldn't have been any more standoutish, and just loads of men coming up to us, and they've been really friendly, and sure, I love talking, so it was great. I remember, obviously I love travel and I love seeing new cultures, so just driving to the hotel, I was just like looking at
what city did you guys arrive?
Enugu.
Okay,
Enugu, yeah. So
I like the way you pronounce it, Enugu.
Enugu, probably really wrong. So we got to our hotel, and the hotel was lovely, and it was looking over kind of this kind of stalls and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it was just lovely to see the kind of locals. We were looking over this area that we could see the locals, and that night we went out for dinner, and we went to this kind of local place. I think it was called the Hangout.
Okay. And
what
did you have?
I had fish. What is it?
Point and kill.
Point and kill. Yeah. So I am a vegetarian, but I was like, the only thing I'm gonna have, like, I can't be vegetarian in Nigeria, so it's like I'm gonna have fish. So
it won't work.
So we had, but what was the name of the fish?
The catfish.
Catfish. It was delicious.
With all the spice.
Yeah, I loved it. Loved the food. And it came with these like the nicest coleslaw I've ever had.
The coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
It really doesn't come with coleslaw. I know it comes with like the tomato sauce with
that
onions and lots of like pepper.
I loved the spiciness. Loved it. Now maybe I think
she probably saw you and the person preparing was probably like, let's tone down on the pepper.
I think Tony Oni's husband said that.
Tone down on the pepper.
Yeah. So it wasn't that spicy, and then it just came with like chips, and I remember him like, oh, this is delicious. And then I love music and dancing. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah, in the hangout there was this local guy singing, and so the hangout, it's a Saturday night and it's so super busy.
Outside.
Full of locals, yeah. And there's these bunch of white Irish doctors on the dance floor. Can you imagine? People were fascinated and disgusted at our dancing.
Oh,
I mean, like we can't dance. White people can't dance. Like, I'm sorry if I'm being racist towards my own race.
But that's
we can't dance.
When you're there, you're like, geez, we actually can't dance.
Yeah,
This is true.
Yeah. So they were just laughing at us, like. But I remember just having a real happy moment where I had just eaten really good food. Everyone was super friendly. We were just dancing and music, and I was just happy out. So it was really good.
The weather and the people.
Yeah, so the weather was really hot. Hot. Really hot. But our hotel had aircon.
Okay.
And then what we were doing is we were volunteering in a hospital there in Enugu.
Okay.
We were doing training medical staff.
I saw like the video where you guys were teaching like CPR.
Yeah,
and it's surprising that you see people who don't know how to do CPR.
That was
I know.
crazy.
I remember the first time like my CPR, because I trained in Nigeria and then I'd done like 4 years practice there.
Yeah.
But I never done CPR, because the thing is, the only people who get to learn CPR, I think, in Nigeria are like the doctors and the nurses. They don't like teach other health workers that part. And so I remember like my first CPR training here, and the facilitator was like, so who hasn't done CPR here? And I'm like, she's like, but you've been working. And I was like, yeah. But it just wasn't part of it.
Wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
And we were all fascinated with that.
I know, and then you go there and you're like, now I appreciate what I have, because you've seen people who don't even have what you have.
Basic skills.
Who are still like able to do whatever they call medical practice.
Exactly. And I'm a social worker, and I have done some training in it. So it makes you a lot more grateful. But what was brilliant was they were just so appreciative of the training we were doing. So in the hospital there wasn't aircon or anything like that, and it was extremely warm and all of that. But the work was so rewarding. They were so excited to be there, and it was just a really important thing to be a part of, because I think over the 4 days there was a couple of hundred people who were trained in the CPR, which means that the amount of potential lives that we touched and saved, because all of those doctors work with how many different patients and children. So it was really rewarding that week. Really rewarding.
I can totally imagine. Like lots of times I'm just hoping that one day I can actually also go back myself and like just give my service, even if it's just for 1 year, and then come back here and continue my life. Because I know the much I've learned in the short time I've practiced in Ireland, things that I probably didn't know back home. Not like, I mean, like it's not like you didn't know those things. It's just the way we learn is totally different, because most of the things that we get to hear, you just cram it up. You just know, I know there's something called CPR. I learned about it, but like there's no practice.
There's no practice.
It's like, okay, oh well.
And that's, you realize how much we have in Ireland. We take for granted the small things, and we don't know how lucky we have it. And when you go over there and you see that, like, you didn't even have defibs in the hospital, or you know, the
AED.
Yeah, like the children, some of the kids can't afford a medication, or you know,
someone is like a sickler and they can't even get even malaria. As little as as popular as malaria is back home, like they still haven't been able to figure out how to sort it out.
Exactly. So it makes you a lot more grateful here. But also, I think the main thing I learned from the week in Nigeria was that, like, giving to others is one of the most important things you can do in life. And if you're not giving to others and you're not helping others, then what are you doing? you know,
just earning a salary and feeling like you're living.
Exactly.
And going on holidays, but that's not life.
It's not.
At some point you realize it's not satisfying.
It's not. I think when you help others, that's when life is really fulfilling. And I think a lot of the doctors that I went over with are from Nigeria and they're living in Ireland and they're going back to kind of give back to the country that they came from, and that was super inspiring because they're busy with their kids and their lives and their work, but they're still making time to give back to others, and that was just,
no matter how little.
Yeah, super inspiring.
So what stood out for you on the trip?
I really loved how friendly people were, and like I remember Dr. Ike saying to me, now, you know, you don't need to worry, Nigeria is a safe place to go, and I was like, never worried about that at all. I was never like,
did you have like,
I was never scared.
Did you have lots of like policemen around?
Oh, we did. We had actually 3 members of the special forces for a week. Yeah.
Because of course you're walking on the streets and they're like, who are these special people
special
around?
force. Yeah, no. With the special forces, so we literally couldn't leave the hotel at all.
When you were by yourself?
No.
Oh, I wish I was there with you guys. I'd have given you some. Let's go out by ourselves. Well, let's go out by ourselves. But at least I'd have been the young person around among them. Be like, let's go hang out and see like. Stuff.
Yeah, and I would have had no fear doing that, but. I think when there was such a big group of us there, it was important to just
be safe.
Rather to be safe than sorry.
So you were just in Enugu, you didn't get to Lagos?
No, we didn't, because we were just there for a short time. But we did get to travel to a smaller town outside Enugu, and that was a really cool experience, just to travel through the countryside and to see, I suppose what stuck out for me when we would travel to a small country town was the divide between rich and poor in Nigeria really stood out to me. Like in Enugu you have like these massive mansions and these really rich people, and then you go out to the countryside and there's people in huts, like literally
don't have electricity.
I was just like,
no internet, no Wi-Fi, and they're living. And you know, like here when your Wi-Fi goes over, no Wi-Fi for a week.
And you're just thinking, I've lived such a privileged life, and I've been to Africa before, but it was just seeing it again.
Africa.
It's a different Africa, and
you could see wealth around the country.
It's the divide between rich and poor was massive.
Yeah.
And then you're wondering, how come there's such rich people, but the hospitals are so like they've no resources? Like, how is that? But then there's lots of private hospitals as well.
Yes, that are well equipped. Yeah. Well, at least to an extent.
Yeah.
But they're so expensive to go to.
They are. So that was sad for me to see the divide between rich and poor. And I've been to Southeast Asia and other countries, but to me that some African countries have a divide between rich and poor like I've never seen anywhere else.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I think that's it. Anything else you want to add?
I just think that I don't know why people are skeptical about going to Nigeria. And you know what I loved about it? So I love traveling. And it was so good to go to a country that
So what was it like your family when you said you were going to Nigeria?
Oh no, they know who I'm like.
Your friends?
Like,
everybody knows you're like that.
They're just like delighted for me.
Okay.
Because they know I want to go back and do volunteer work wherever I can. So no one was worried or concerned because they know I'm never fearful. And when Dr. Ike was like, you know, Nigeria is safe, I was like, I'm not even worried.
That's the list of things on my mind now.
Yeah.
Did you have to take like mosquito?
I took malaria tablets. Yeah, and I was fine. But I think I love Nigerian people. I find now that anytime I meet a Nigerian person, I feel like I have a connection because I'm like, I love your country, I love your food. You know, and I realised that...
did you eat anything else except for the catfish?
I had lots of chicken, lots of rice.
Okay.
No, I actually didn't eat chicken. I had the fish soups.
Oh.
Yeah, fish soups. Really enjoyed them as well. Really tasty.
Pepper soup.
Pepper soup, yeah. One thing as well, like when we went to these big 5-star hotels in Enugu, you'd literally be waiting like 2 or 3 hours for your main course. Like literally.
But the main, oh yeah, that's true.
So like we ordered food
because they're cooking it like right there.
Yeah, like we ordered food at 8:45. It came at like 12 o'clock, and I'm a hungry person, like. So now I do appreciate service in Ireland. And like, yeah, so.
So you went when it was it really hot?
It was really hot.
It's always hot anyway.
But I love hot weather. I loved just how friendly and open people are. I love meeting the kids, and I definitely want to go back.
Really?
Yeah, I definitely want to go back. Yeah.
Maybe when I build my mansion, I'll invite you.
You can come visit me, or I'll come visit you even.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll be a first Irish guest over there too.
Thank you so much.
Love Nigeria. Go visit Nigeria. Yeah.
You guys have heard it all from the Irish girl's mouth, not from mine.
This
is one Irish girl who has actually gone to Nigeria. How much did it cost you to travel?
I think it was like €700 or €800 for the flights.
For a return trip.
Yeah, and then I had to pay like I think it was €150 for my visa.
But did you feel like things were cheap there? Did you like go to the markets?
Yeah, things were cheap there. We went to the markets. That was great. And what I loved about it was that it's not touristy, and like I've been to
It's not touristy
at all. No. So it's real local.
It's very raw.
Yeah, and I like that.
Unrefined.
I like unrefined. Like I couldn't even get souvenirs to bring home because there was no there's no touristy things to bring back.
No, there's no store like the touristy stores for.
But I like that.
Unless you've gone to Lagos. Yeah, Lagos is like where they try to like do things more westernized these days, and you see people, or you see like lots of Caucasians in Lagos compared to Enugu.
Oh yeah, like we met some doctors who were like, we've never met a white person before, and they were like taking selfies and.
Doctors in Nigeria?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't know if they were just saying that so to get.
Because Enugu is like the eastern part, that's like the countryside. It's not Lagos.
No, we got a lot of attention. We got, you know.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
But it was all positive.
Yeah.
All positive, so yeah, loved it.
Alright then, Elaine, thank you so much for this.
Thanks for having me on.
No worries.
Great to meet you.
My pleasure. I'm happy to have you. See, we're almost getting to 20 minutes.
Great.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment down below and subscribe to my channel and like this video. See you on the next one. Bye guys.
Thank you.